Thank you very much for coming out on this chilly afternoon to support our weird little movie. We had a great time making it in Austin 2 summers ago in the sweltering heat. Among other things, that's where we met Stephanie Hunt, who played the nanny, and she now has a band with my wife called Nancy and Beth, which you should all run right out and look up. They're the greatest goddamn thing you'll ever see.
And this is also your first film as a producer, correct?
It is, in fact.
What made you decide to take the leap?
The filmmaker is an old friend of mine. I've worked on a bunch of films with him, 3 of his own, and he wrote the 2 lead parts for Keith and myself, and then he said, would you also produce it with me? And I love collaborating with my friends, especially on small independent projects, like little theater company plays, or a film like this, and so I said, yes, I will.
It really does have like that sort of ensemble theater company feel to it.
Yeah, Keith, the lead, 2 movies ago, he ran the boom. He was our sound man. And we couldn't help but notice that everybody thought he was really cute, which I found somewhat irksome. But here we are.
All right, well, we're gonna turn it over to you guys. So if you have any questions for Nick, just throw your hands in the air. We got someone running around with a mic. He's right over there. If you wanna, let's just take this person right in the front and then we'll go from there.
Hi.
Hi.
Nice to meet you. I was wondering, so we don't know each other, we're strangers, but...
So far.
So far.
It's going pretty good, though.
Yeah? So if by accident we became father and daughter, and you had to give me advice,
Okay.
what sort of random advice would you give to your newly met daughter?
Wow, that was quite a lead up.
Hopefully there's not a big reveal at the end of this.
Jesus. I don't know, love freely. Hug or dance before punch. And you look beautiful.
You too.
In the supposition, but you look very nice. But we're not quite too beautiful yet, except in your hypothetical.
Let's get some more hands up.
Cocaine is itchy.
Hello.
Man,
What's the best way to deal with somebody who thinks that your work is too weird?
say that again, please?
What is the best way to deal with somebody who thinks that something that you made is too weird?
That's a good question. Most of what I've made in my career is too weird for a lot of people, and that's okay. Bertolt Brecht said that if you're not alienating half your audience, you're doing something wrong. And I don't like serving McDonald's fare or Coca-Cola beverages. I like making delicious Reuben sandwiches and serving them with a home-brewed stout. And so a great many people have thought I was weird my whole life, but I know I'm fucking awesome. So, that's all you can do is smile and nod and be like, oh, okay, if you didn't like my thing, you should check out 2.5 Men. Some people like that. Mr. Offerman,
Looks like we got one in back there.
what was in the blue suitcase? What a melodious voice you have. Are you in the performing arts?
Just with my fiance.
Right on. What was in the blue suitcase? There's a... I shouldn't tell you this, but at the last second, we cut, there was sort of a final epilogue to the film after the credit sequence that had my character Sal, it said 36 years earlier, and then Sal is jerking off into the blue suitcase. Which I always interpreted to mean that it was my homunculus that was in there, but I think it's open to your interpretation, given the cutting that we have delivered.
All right, we got one coming from over that direction.
Hi, I understand you're from Illinois. Can you talk about growing up here?
Yeah, I was born, and then as time went by, my body grew in size and strength. My family gave me food and sustenance. You know, I mean, you guys know this. I consumed oxygen and water. Eventually went to live in California. Now I'm a man.
Okay, let's get some hands up. We got one over there.
Hello. How's it going?
Hello. Going pretty sweet.
I want to say I love the movie. And
Thank you.
if there was a best gentleman contest between Ron Burgundy and Ron Swanson, why would you win? You win.
I think that's a dumb question. Thank you for coming to the movie. I'm really not qualified to answer it, but thank you. I'm a big fan of Ron Burgundy. P.S. Let's hear it for the music box. How amazing is this place? I saw so many movies here in the 90s. I left a sampling of my DNA on a great many of these seats. So you might take a piece of me home with you. Especially if you're wearing corduroy. I love this place. And isn't it cool that for decades they've projected clouds across the ceiling in anticipation of our film? Pretty cool plan. Next question.
Hello.
Hello, thank you for standing.
I'm just really curious, like what kind of preparation you might have took for this role, or just any role you do.
What kind of preparation? It depends. This part, I try to choose projects with really good writing, and the better the writing is, I feel the less preparation is required. I'm not a super deep Daniel Day-Lewis style method dude. You know, this guy was written for me, and I thought, I'll tell you what I brought to the table was, we got this beautiful young actress to play a woman who eventually was seduced by me and married me, and I thought, how do I explain that? And I decided to make him have an overconfident sense of personal style that was wrong, like weird middle-aged dudes that wear too much Ed Hardy shit and do those weird, like too sculpted of whiskers. And I feel like I succeeded. But the funny thing about those people is that they have a sense of confidence, even though they look stupid. To me, they think they look like the Fonz, which is maybe not the greatest reference. Who's cool now? They think they look like Ashton Kutcher.
Star of 2.5 Men.
Yeah. And they show up, you know, they walk into the room thinking they're all that, and women actually go for that, because even if you're an idiot, if you're confident, you're gonna get some, I'm sorry to report. So that was what I did, but mostly I just get into the scene work, and I you know, I sort of create the character's physicality and how does he look different from me. And then beyond that, I just go into where the scenes take me naturalistically.